Good afternoon. It's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 315 of 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. And I am so excited, beyond excited. I'm doing a happy dance, guys. It's happy dance day because what we've got going on today is we have another team lead that has heard the call and said, I'm here. I would love to do that. And many will know who this is. I'm pinching myself. We've got Carol that actually she and I had an amazing conversation this morning. And hello, Hermilo. So glad to see you. You are just such an amazing supporter of Chemo Buddies for Life, of Tamara Hunter, the next Impactor, just all. And I'm glad you're here, Hermilo, because you know what? We're going to be talking about some really exciting stuff that's coming up very soon, and definitely could use your support. And I know you share a lot, so thank you for that. Let's talk about our call this morning, Carol. What prompted you to open yourself up to this opportunity? And then we'll talk about what it is.
What prompted me to open up to this opportunity is as you know, I am a production coordinator online, and that's always been my passion to go out and help people and just generate good relationships with people. And this morning, our call was getting through what transitioned last week for me, and everything is okay. And I did, put out a post today to say that, you know what, I am worthy of happiness and success just as much as anybody else. And I'm not going to let that put me down or make me fall down. I'm just going to get back up on the horse and keep riding. So, with that being said, I'm excited. I did do some research this afternoon, and I ended up with something special.
Right. So let's spill the beans. Many of you know, some of you may not, however, many of you do. And hello, Amy Morrison of the Friend Zone and the 31 Days of Public Service Announcements, educating on the Fusion Project. So glad that you're here with us right now, my dear. In fact, I think you're going to love what we're going to be talking about. In fact, you might want to even join the team in some way, because we're going to be asking for a lot of people to join this particular event. It's a team. We are going to be creating teams, and Carol is going to be co-producing this, actually taking more the team lead, and I'll be I'll be behind the scenes and I'll be there when needed. However, Carol's going to be taking this. And what it is that last year, 2016, in November, for Giving Tuesday, Chemo Buddies for Life, from what I've been told, set history, set precedents, made history, whatever you want to say, in having the very first 24-hour consecutive, what we called a telethon, but we were digitally on air, raising funds and awareness and educating and entertaining for Chemo Buddies for Life throughout the world. And we did it. We said we were going to. We did. Was it easy? No, it wasn't. However, when it was done, we were so proud of ourselves, and we learned a lot. And at that time, we and I say we because all of you know I work in teams. Our team, which we did have a team, collectively said, okay, this was the first one. We'll be doing this again. Next year, we will be doing Giving Tuesday. Now, last year, we called it the Service Heroes Telethon, benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. This is the Service Heroes show. It makes a lot of sense, right? And the Service Heroes were many of the performers and the guests. This year, we are going to have Chemo Buddies for Life standing on its own. And Chemo Buddies for Life will be having it's going to be the second annual because it was benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. But Chemo Buddy, we're going to call it Healing Through Connections. Thank you so very much, Carol, for stepping up, and you have been a production coordinator for Teresa Snider's show, and you started, I think, when it was Teresa and Amy, or Amy and Teresa, and then it went to
Yes.
Teresa Snider's show, and you helped her for a while as a production coordinator. Many people throughout the world know you. And you've really enjoyed that role as a production coordinator, right?
Yes. And I still work with Teresa and I love it. And I'm just expanding myself to open up new doors. It's like they say, when one door closes, the next one opens. And I have some tremendous excitement to share. As when I took on this opportunity for you today, I was sitting back and I was looking at my little Inuit statue that I made out of stones that's in my office. And I closed my eyes and I thought to myself, what can I create today? And not be in the space of, oh, why me? Why did this happen? And we had that conversation today. So today I decided to get out of that space, and I wrote my reconciliation post for a post that I had the other day. And I also went through, the internet looking for how to create a good team and how to understand people on the team. And remember, team is not it's not about me, it's about the whole team.
Right.
And it's all about teamwork and listening. Listening is the biggest key to all members of the team. And so I reached out to, as you all know, or some of you know, I did a credit consolidation to take responsibility for my actions on my credit. And I met a wonderful person, and she's guided me through the last couple of months of how to clean up my responsibility. And today I had a conversation with her, and she is so excited to come and join on my team and help us with webinars, speaking, and also be a sponsor to our Chemo Buddies.
So you not only found a team member that's willing. Hello, Tamara Linan. Great to see you and hear from you. Great. Go team. Yes. Put action where your hashtag is. That is from the Starving Dog. Awesome. So you not only found a team member, you actually found a sponsor also for the upcoming event that we will be having for this telethon. And that was within maybe a few hours.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were having this discussion because of some other questions that you had regarding the next Impactor, which, if you don't know by now, of course, that's me. They're all cleaned up and in a beautiful custom dress that Tommy Lee made me. Thank you, Tommy Lee, a designer out of the Southern California area, that he sponsored that beautiful dress for me. And you were talking to me about the next Impactor and about season 2 and about where you want to fit in the whole scheme of it, and you want to be a part of the next Impactor because you like the idea of impacting the world, right?
Absolutely, I do.
You believe in it.
I believe in it because if I look at my past and I look where I am today and the things that I've impacted in my life and people that I know, it it makes you feel good inside that you can do something different. You can do something better for somebody else and not just for yourself, and looking at yourself, So this is why I took on this opportunity, because I'm going to push myself, and I am going to be that opportunity in my hands.
I love it. And I want to say hello to a few more people. We've got Helene Wilson here, one of our chemo buddies for life. In fact, Helene, we need to talk to you at some point. She's saying hello to myself and hello to you, Carol. And then
Hello, Helene.
King Camera, yes, you. Thank you. And she is absolutely amazing. And thank you. I took a bath. Joking around, guys. Yeah, I got, yeah, have a little tongue in cheek in me. Yes. Um, and she's also, what? Thank you for this too, Helene. Carol, you can do it. And you know what? That really, I think, right there shows the spirit of our buddies, our Chemo Buddy for Life program, of which we're doing some of the groundwork right now, guys, because of all of what is happening with the responsibilities that are coming my way with getting out there. We already know, and I'm scheduled for next week. I was on a show yesterday that I drove into San Diego. I was at the Spectrum, the news station with all the big satellite dishes, the professional studio, 3-camera setup, a full, booth with all of the production team and everybody. And then this host, who is an amazing comedian in San Diego, and he also is their host for the show, and Jonathan Bird. And and this is the very first opportunity. I'm scheduled for next week. I'm scheduled for the next week after that, the next couple weeks, and we haven't even done a press release yet. So the amount of time that, and I haven't even met with some of my coaches that I will be working very, very closely with to make sure that we have Chemo Buddies for Life going global, because that is the goal. That has been the goal from the beginning. However, we can't let what we've got right now implode. And as we grow it, we need to be able to truly grow it and have it be something functional. So over the last couple of days, I have been putting the call out for volunteers, for team leads. We had Stella, our senior ambassador, that came for a temporary stay once our first senior ambassador passed away, Sharon Nichols Ward. Stella, she came and she helped us out for a while, and then she needed to step away for personal reasons. She came back. So you're going to actually see her here, and she'll see her much more visible in regards to the buddies community itself, and helping to make our buddies community strong and stable and growing. She's going to be helping with the website, which we have a beta site that is about to be loaded, and then we're going to be doing some major, huge announcements once it's ready to be populated. She's going to help with that, and I am looking for more people to help with that piece. I need some people, writers. Helene has volunteered to be on the writing team, and we need other content writers and creative writing individuals that will want to be writing and editing, and we need editors. And so anybody that feels positive and strong in those areas, we're putting it out there, because we had this discussion earlier, right, Carol? Is that
Yes.
put it out there, clean up, because we had this particular discussion. And as anybody that knows me knows, I don't like ants. And total disclosure, I don't like ants, guys. And I live in Southern California, where we can get totally overrun by them. And I woke up this morning to another overrunning situation. And that was after this wonderful, evolution of messages through Jason Cisneros, Coach Jason now, and Lauren Hancock on Bathrobe Moments had Jade Phoenix. And didn't you get so much out of that period of time with Jade this morning, Carol?
Yes, I did. I think that's with I started to feel like there was something in the universe for me to really put myself out there. And yes, I mean, I'm scared of failure. I'm going to admit that. Um, but I'm not going to let that stand in my way. I'm going to throw it over my shoulder and I'm just going to keep going forward. So what I heard today from her was incredible, for even for myself and for others. So what I'm looking for is a production team that would like to come on board and join me, have calls, have, meetings, Zoom meetings, and just coming up with creative ideas of how we can expand for Chemo Buddies to grow even bigger and further into the universe is what I'm going to say.
I love it. And what we're going to be doing with this event, and then we can revisit it, because quite honestly, guys, this event may kick off the Chemo Buddies show, which is going to be named the same, Healing Through Connections. And the telethon will have a loose idea, but it will be healing through music, healing through humor, healing through art, healing through hobbies, healing through education. And we're going to need a whole production team, and it's a fundraiser. It is all about raising funds because it's on Giving Tuesday. And if you don't know anything about Giving Tuesday is the largest philanthropic donation day of the year. It's not by accident we're doing it that day at all. This is a day that companies, if they haven't, because many of them on mandate have to give a certain percentage of their revenue, they need to donate. Many want the tax benefits. Many feel that it is a calling. Whatever it may be, our buddies are going to be able to benefit from this. And we've got the global platform now with the fact that, yes, I won the first Next Impactor. Let's utilize it all and do it for the good of our buddies. We've got programs that we want to implement. We want to get them out there. We want to be able to affect the world. And that is what this platform is giving us an opportunity to do. And so Carol was like, okay, well, and I asked her, I said, as we were talking today, because you wanted to visit, and so we did, and as I asked, I said, okay, so what is it that you really love to do? And what did you say?
I'm a helper.
Yes, you
I
did.
love to help.
You do. You
I
love.
think I was born to help.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And you are actually one of our official Chemo Buddy for Life ambassadors, and you have been for a while.
Yes, I have.
And so,
And I know I was on this universe to help. I used to take care of an elderly lady for 16 years until she passed away, and we had the most incredible bond. She was like my mother that wasn't here, because my mom lives 3,000 miles away, so I can't always talk to my mom if I have, a question or a situation that comes up, right? So she was like a mother to me. So I used to go to her all the time and have conversations with her, and she was like a grandmother to my kids when my kids were little. So I think I was brought on this universe to help, be a helper, and I took care of her for 16 years until the day she passed away. And I used to take her shopping. I used to take her to bingo. I used to take her to the doctors, and it was just fun. I had like a companion, just like Sharon Ward. We were coffee buddies in the morning. So
right.
I think I'm here for this.
So let's explain that a little bit more. I want to step back to your comment about Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talk about her a lot. However, she deserves to be talked about a lot every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sharon Nichols Ward was our very first senior ambassador. She's the one that I tell the story that when I was picked as the top 50 in the next Impactor, within an hour, she passed. And I really now believe, and it took me a little while, and thank you to those mentors of mine that helped me through those moments of crisis, because it was not an easy time for me. It wasn't. However, I now know, and all of us feel her presence and her pure joy, because she knows what we are doing is we are not letting her legacy be forgotten. And I was telling Carol this morning, because we talked about her, because we talk about her all the time, because you guys were coffee buddies, and we're going to start having our coffee club starting up here soon. That really is because I also had coffee with her. She just always said, let's have coffee. And that was how she would visit, right? And so part of the legacy for Sharon is the coffee club, and she just had a way of being able to make us feel great. But I also told you a bit of the history, and I know she doesn't mind me sharing this because I always got permission, and that was, she evolved into this position that she was in. She was an ambassador before she was the senior ambassador. Wink, wink. She became the senior ambassador because there was a reason for it. And part of it was she just needed a little bit more to do, and so that she felt like she could keep going, because her days were really tough. She was in a lot of pain, wasn't she? Yeah. And yet
was.
she didn't want to complain about it, but she got tired, and she, at times, we're human, and at times, there were times, and she allowed me to talk about it, that she was thinking about giving up. So one of those times, I asked her, I said, okay, and I listened and listened, and then when I knew she was done, I said, okay, I need your help. And she'd always, what do you need, honey? In her sweet voice, because she had the sweetest voice. What do you need, honey? And I'm like, I need your help to go global. And I was telling Carol this morning, I was like, what? Because at that time we weren't global. We only were in a few states, guys. And I knew we would be, but it was like something just came through me, and it was like, I need your help to go global. I need you to become our senior ambassador. And she's like, if you really need me to, I will, and it was like, okay, we're going global. And you know what? She took us global. She not only got us into all the 50 states and in Canada with you, and then we've got Vito, we've got a deal, we've got others that are waiting for Chemo Buddies to be able to go and actually do the work that she started laying the foundation of, going global. And so in her honor, and when, with the fact that I know that we have all of these amazing people that are showing up again by putting it out there. We were talking this morning about, after the meeting, because we were both on the Lauren Hancock bathrobe moments with Jade, and then we were talking about the next Impactor, and you said to me that you wanted to work with, I asked, did you want to be running for season 2? And what did you tell me?
Not right now.
Right. And that's fine. You don't have to commit one way or another, but it was like, no, that's not really where my thoughts are right now. However, you want to work with next Impactors, right?
Yes. I want to expand myself, but also expand what's there to put out in this world.
Right.
So I just want to keep moving forward.
Right. And so as we were talking about that, and then as we talked about this idea of, I need to put together the team for Giving Tuesday and what that would be like, and that your production coordinator background would be ideal, plus your training with, because you're actively have been trained with Landmark, and some of the things that you've worked with, that this is the perfect next step in your evolution, correct?
Yes, and it's giving me the chance to be within integrity and also be authentic with
Uh-huh.
myself and with others around me.
Exactly. Which is, and I'm not a landmark person, but I know a lot of them. Many of them are my best friends and my volunteers and advisors. And it's pretty interesting how how that all happens. And I get that now. I didn't get it in the beginning, but I get that now. And so, all right. So the excitement of putting this together, we are going to be putting on, think of the old fashioned like Jerry Lewis telethons where you have
Yes.
acts and then you have some poignant moments and you have stories that are going to grip your soul, and then you're going to laugh until you spit your mouth out your mouth milk out your nose, and all of the above. And we're going to put that on digitally, right?
Yes, and we're going to hear those phones ring, right?
Right, we are. And we may hear like there might be people throughout the world that will be on the phone banks, and we'll talk about how we're going to make that happen here later. I will put this out there, the intention out there, because you never know. We did last year because I think big, and I just do. And last year I thought, okay, we'll have it at the Red Rock Hotel. I didn't know how that would all work. And one of our ambassadors was able to get a really great deal for us. And yet, because we had to put that money out, we ended up coming out even, which for our very first fundraiser, people are like, wow, you should be proud of yourself. And I'm like, that wasn't where I thought we would be, However, I guess we got to be realistic. I'm not a very realistic kind of person most of the time. I think outside the box all the time. Yes, anybody that knows me knows that. So if there is the right hotel that's willing to comp us and take care of us, and the right airlines that are willing to help us to get who we need to get there, we'll do it where we can have everybody in one location. Right? But
Why not?
why not? We'll throw it out there. However, if that doesn't happen, which is okay, what we're going to do is we're going to model what we did recently, and it actually worked for the Healing Through Music campaign that we did to benefit the Fusion Project, which helped me to win the next Impactor. And we had a raffle in there. Wink, wink, guys. So we are going to start putting it out there that we're going to need a whole new slew of raffle type items, that you go to any fundraiser, you have the silent raffle going or the silent auction going on, and then you have raffles going on. We want to be able to do all of that too. So any hotels that have packages that you give out to 501c3s as a prize, and it's a win-win because you get your name mentioned. We want to hear from you. We want to make those available. Any of the wineries, any of the breweries, any of the makeup companies, any of the jewelry companies, any and all. We want to hear from you, and Carol is going to be having a team in her different teams. You're going to have a team that's going to be doing the fundraising team, right?
Yes, that's what we're looking at.
So we will be having, and then I want to recognize someone that's just come in, one of our international ambassadors. Yes, I owe you a video. I still know I do. I'm getting there. I'm working my list and getting things done. And yet, because we've got amazing areas throughout the world that are ready for us to come there and support their people. And they're here for us, and we want to be there for them. Thank you, Adele. Um, so, anybody that wants to be on these teams, Carol is going to need some sub leads, some team leads within the team. So, we're still looking for team leads because, again, many hands make for amazing results and light work, right?
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
who's in? Who's in? Because you know, and we're going to be shouting out to people. We're going to be letting people. I mean, quite honestly, this format that we're going to be creating, you never know what. I haven't talked to my coaches yet. Some of them. And remember, I've got a PR coach. I've got an amazing business coach, one of the best in the world. Wink, wink. Many know the Bald Avenger. He's also a comedian. We'll have to have him in for the, healing through humor. Healing through humor. That would be fun. And we have a media kind of two of the coaches are involved one way or another in media. So you never know. At one time, there was a chance that we were going to maybe even have this on the mainline TV. Who knows? Who knows if we'll
Who
be able
knows?
to?
I know somebody in the media host. Mm.
Yes, and what we need is there are many of the television stations, and we'd have to figure this all out. We'd have to get enough people together. But if we get enough people and with the intentions being put out there, I know at some point on Giving Tuesday, mark my words, guys, because I've been out there enough. You guys can understand. I'm willing to put it out there. Mark my words, if it's not this year, it will be here soon. That Chemo Buddies for Life 24-hour Giving Tuesday telethon at some point will be on TV. We will be modeling it much like the old telethons because I am a bit old fashioned when it comes to certain things, but we will have a whole digital side that we will be having like the millennial feel of it too. So we'll have the TV, then streaming it in to the World Wide Web. We are going to bring that to modern day conclusions. Who is in to make it happen with us? Because you know what? Anything is possible if you believe, and golly, I do. What about you, Carol?
Yeah, anything is possible if you believe.
So, if it's this year, great. If not, we're putting it out there for next year because the team that we're building now, many of them will continue with us year after year. I have people, the people that were in my hometown video, if anybody watched it, are people that are still
Mm-hmm.
in my world since I was in junior high. So I have a lot of people that hang around, and we are going to change the way the world that things are done. And I have been saying that all along, and I mean it. We are changing the way cancer is done. Why wouldn't we change anything else? We're a movement, and all things are possible if you believe. And we
Everything is
want,
possible if you believe.
that's right.
And I'm only
That's
going to
right.
say that is that's the reason why I believe and I'm passionate about this is I just lost my one of my classmates from one of my programs yesterday to brain cancer,
Right.
and she fought a good 4 years long battle, and it came to an end the other day. So there's got to be a cure out there, guys. There's got to be something out there that can help us get through this and help these chemo people and also their families and friends that are with it.
Right. So Chemo Buddies for Life, and and thank you for sharing that, Carol, because you did tell me about this person, and she was young, she had a young family. And see,
Hmm.
Chemo Buddies for Life, we just to make sure everybody understands, we're not raising funds for research. There are many, many, many wonderful nonprofits that are out there doing that. That's not what we're doing. We are actually making a difference in people's lives because we are giving them hope, and we're giving them purpose, and we're giving them a reason to want to live. And we are there to support, like I was telling Carol, we will be there to support this person's family. And that person had small children. So Chemo Buddies for Life will be there generationally for these people. And that is what it's all about, for all of us to be helping each other. Because the people that are volunteering, I want many of them to be our buddies. I really do. I want you guys involved, because when you're serving others, you are serving yourself. And you're not doing it because you're serving yourself, but that's what happens in this world. And we are going to change the way it's done, one buddy at a time. And this whole idea of fundraising, I love the way that, and she's here with us, I love the way that Amy puts it, because she puts it capital FUN, and then everything else is small letters. So it's fun raising. We are fun raising.
Fundraising.
And we have a lot of fun when we all get together, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and that's the whole purpose of this. It's there to enjoy, to be happy, to be stress free, and just literally having fun.
Right, right. And we have so many amazing programs coming, and we just need some funds to have fun. So,
We
who
need
is going?
fun bunnies.
Yeah, there you go. So, who is in? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Amy. I love it. I love you. You are just amazing. And so, and all of us working together, we will be able to accomplish our goal. And we haven't even put that number out there because I want to talk to my coaches before I do. Because right now, I actually am thinking very big. I have that tendency. So let's just say this, that anybody that decides to tip their toe into this event for Giving Tuesday, of which I am so very grateful, again, Carol, that you took the challenge and you raised your hand and you said, you know what, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Let's do this. And let's do this, and let's have fun. And within a few hours you have your first sponsor and volunteer, and amazing. And was it hard?
And I'm getting no, actually, it was surprisingly, it was like a flowing conversation. We started talking about my debt, and we're that we both know that her mother's in the hospital. She's ill, and we don't think she's gonna make it. She had a heart attack, and we're just throwing our prayers out there for her. And then we started talking about different things in life, and then I presented this to her, and she's like, what? And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna do webinars for you, and I'll be a host speaker, and and she was so excited, and I was just like, wow, it's that easy. It was that easy of having open and flowing conversation.
It's time. It's time for a community to rise about this subject and say we are here for each other. It is not about big pharma, about big political stuff. It's not that I'm saying anything is bad about any of that. I'm alive because of treatments. So whatever you guys decide to do for treatments, we support that. However, it's time for a community to be able to say, we can do this for each other and for ourselves. And we can make it grassroots, because that's what this has been. And we can all do it together. And this is going to be giving you some more life experience that it's going to, if you will, I was going to get an image of a resume, because that's my background as a headhunter. And I'm thinking the experience that you will be gaining and building these teams and having a large international fundraising digital event that you are co-chairing, that you are the co-producer and you're basically the team lead. This is going to be invaluable experience for your resume, won't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I do have a meeting coming up. I planned with her that we're going to sit down and we're going to go over the details. And there is a few other people that she has in mind that may come on as volunteers. But this is a subject that her and I are going to have a discussion with first and do the outlines of everything that we talked about on the phone.
Awesome. So
I'm super excited.
And do you want to put that out there for others if they want to, or should they get a hold of you if they want to be a part of that meeting too on Zoom, or however you're going to do that? Or do you want to wait until you've had the meeting with her and then open it up to people that might want to volunteer? Because I have a feeling there's going to be people that are going to say, yeah, me, I want to have some of that fundraising. I want to do some of that fundraising with this
I'm going to actually have this personal conversation with her first.
Okay.
And like I said, then I will come back at you as being the background person and give you the ideas, and then we'll go from there, and then I'll open it up to everybody. Okay. If you want to contact me on Facebook, you can. You can private message me. You can DM me if you want to be a volunteer. I'm open to all suggestions, and I just it up today, and I just want to go, and I'm gonna go.
Well, so thank you for that. And yes, anybody that wants to be a part of this is going to be, this is the second annual, and we broke history and we broke the mold when we went with the first annual. This is our second annual, and I don't know that anybody else is doing this yet. And we're going to just make history with. We've already made history with the first next Impactor. We know that, and that's me. I'm the executive director and co-founder of Chemo Buddies for Life. This is all about the nonprofit, this event that we are planning and we will be doing, and it is going to be an event. So if you have ideas and you want to be like this little guy and help, we would I love this little guy. I think he's just so adorable. I love him. So I had to bring him back.
I look like him, don't I?
You're cuter. And
I just need my sign that says help.
I love it. And I really love this too, because we're looking for people that right now, maybe you're thinking, I don't have a great resume. However, I have the desire, but I don't know how I could help. You know what? You can help, because this is what Chemo Buddies is all about. Chemo Buddies is all about bringing those people that are maybe feeling a little broken inside, that are saying, you know what? Life didn't do me in, however, it certainly tried. It might be that you're the patient or you're the person that was supporting a patient, but anybody that's been through cancer one way or another understands that. Do you have to have had cancer as a part of your life experience to volunteer? Absolutely not. We will welcome everyone. We want people that are service-oriented, that see that this can help others, and want to have some fun and possibly gain some new skills. Because you don't have to have possibly the skills to go on one of these teams. What we want is the can-do attitude. And you might be starting with that can't. But we've got some scissors around here. I've got them everywhere in my place. So
Trusting
we
you
can
with
help you
scissors.
find stuff. Yeah, I know. I've heard that more than once. There's a story there. But I love my teams. I love my teams, guys. We have fun together. So who's in? Because part of this too is that last year I did a lot of it, and this year we can't do that because there's a good chance that I'm going to be out there doing more to be able to create what we're going to be creating internationally. So we're looking for volunteers for this team. We're looking for volunteers for the writing team, and we're looking for a writing team lead. We're looking for volunteers with the social media team, and we're looking for a social media team lead. We're looking for, let's see, what others? Those are the ones that right now that are coming to mind. Oh, we have the video team, and we're looking for a video team lead. And so, and we're looking for volunteers. We've got the ambassadors. We've got our lead now. She's back, our senior ambassador, Stella. We've got now our Giving Tuesday lead. Her name is Carol. And we have many more teams that, as we see that we have the funds coming in and that we can start helping with our buddies more, we'll be able to start more programs. I will put it out there that one other, and it's something that would be in the social media team, and it's something that that we will really need someone that understands the social media connections behind the scenes. So that would be more of a technical person, but a technical social media person. I'm putting it out there because we've been putting it out there and it's becoming. So if that's you, contact me. If you want to join in Giving Tuesday with Carol, contact Carol. If you have any good ideas for us, let us know. We want to hear from you. You have any parting words for everybody?
Do I have any parting words? Go get it!
I love it.
Come join us.
That's right.
Come join us.
That's right. We are changing the world one buddy at a time.
At a time.
One ball. And you know what? It is all about Chemo Buddies for Life. And I want to just...
And you know what? You just put a thought into my head just now.
What's that?
And I do have a tech guy.
Oh.
And I will reach out to him tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome. Because you know what? It takes volunteers to build a community full of love that is going to heal people in their hearts and their souls, and possibly even give them the will and the internal drive to beat something that many see as so incredibly dark, and they don't need to, because the buddies are in town. So thank you so very much, Carol. I love it. And you know what? I love this. Helene, in capital letters. Go, Carol.
Thanks, Helene.
So as we close day number 315 of 365 days of awesome, celebrate success through service heroes. I want to just deeply say how grateful I am for each of you, for all the service heroes that have so far been on my show, have been highlighted, have been a part of the buddies community, I want to say to our buddies, we love you. We are building, and so that our community can truly be there to support you, and that we can bring in the numbers that anybody and everybody throughout the world will be able to have the support that they need. We do have, and I want to make a shout out. I haven't brought him on live yet, and I will, but I want to shout out to Tony because we do have a technical person that's been helping us with the beta site, and I don't want it to be confused. We have someone helping us with our beta site on the back end. However, we could use volunteers that can work on the front end for the look and feel of it and the branding. So if you want to get involved with that, and if that's your expertise, come and talk to me, because we are at that point where we want to get this going out there in a beta. Again, it will be beta. It's going to be live, but it will not be, we'll still have some kinks, I'm sure. However, to have our site finally where we can then start reaching out on a much quicker, faster, lightning speed kind of let's get it done way, we're getting there. So I want to say, as we close today, thank you. Welcome. Come join us and have some fun as we're raising funds. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Carol.
Bye. Good night, everybody.